So here's a quick and dirty rundown of the burners that I'm using for the forge. This one is just made up from the odds and ends that I have left over from the original build, so not exactly representative of the final product. A couple changes that I've gone, having made a few of these now. I've just been using the 1-inch black pipe here. I think sticking to about 6-inch length of it. Going for larger reducers on either end of this, so I think I'm using 1 to 2-inch bell end reducer on both of these here, bell reducer. Picked out a couple of different valves. I've had some luck with these ones with the WOG, water, oxygen, gas rated ball valves. They seem to give you a decent amount of control over pressure ultimately, which is pretty handy. And then using that, we'll usually go to a T-junction here where I'll twin over the burner to the other side of the forge and then go over towards the original source of propane, just running it off of an old Tiger torch kit. So I've got an additional spin valve on there to give some control, and then it gives a few feet of hose to the propane tank where there's another regulator. So there's a fair amount of tinkering that you can do for your specific oxygen propane balance, which works okay. At the end of this, any way that you cap off I think will be just fine. If you're using a different kind of reducer, or if you're using even just a coupler like that with whatever these are called, I think that'll do just fine. Just propane tape it nice and tightly so you don't have any leaks. At the top here I have drilled and tapped for each of these that I've done. Using the little screws, I found that you had way too much wiggle on it. It just wasn't as good, so I've gone and used some more robust screws. And with the hex heads on top, it gives you a little bit more purchase to adjust when you need to. Because ideally, you need to make sure that the orifice at the bottom of this is pointing straight down, so it's not blasting into the side of the pipe. You want it going straight down. I have seen some people who've had some luck with the MIG tips. I've yet to actually implement it myself, but I think it's a worthwhile thing. It gives you a little bit of options. Depending how your setup ultimately ends up, it gives you a little bit more options as far as oxygen flow. I think these are the 23s, so it gives you some interchangeability. So if you need a wider orifice or a narrower one, you can just swap them in as you need. You just need to drill and tap accordingly. Anyways, best of luck to you in your build. Take care.